Hello dear students, welcome to the second part of chapter 1 number system. Students, in the previous part, that is in part 1, we have discussed about some basic concepts, some basic definition that you have studied in your previous classes also. Okay, so basically the part 1 was just the revision of the basic definition that you have studied earlier. Okay, what we have studied there, we have studied about natural number, whole numbers, integers, okay, rational numbers, irrational numbers, prime number, co-prime number, even number, odd number. All these definition we have studied, and at last I have told you about real numbers. That what are real numbers? Real numbers are those that which we can represent on the number line. Okay, I have told you in the last video that we will firstly summarize all the definition, that how the classification of number has been done. Okay, and after that we will see the flow chart of that classification. So firstly, you can see the flow chart of numbers will be like this, that numbers are broadly, it is divided into two parts. Okay, the first one is real numbers. I have told you about real numbers, that all the numbers which can be represented on the number line are known as real numbers. And the second one, which will be introduced in your syllabus from class 11th, okay, that is imaginary numbers. Okay, so two types, broadly the numbers are divided into two parts, real number and imaginary number. If you want to know that what kind of number is there in imaginary number, so just remember that the numbers which are negative in square root, that kind of number is known as what? Imaginary number. And about its detail, means in detail you will study about imaginary number from class 11th. Okay, now what is real numbers? Real numbers, I have told you, real numbers, further it is divided into two parts. The one is rational number, and the other one is what? Irrational number. Okay, rational number and irrational number. Now rational number again divided into two parts. Rational number again, it is divided into two parts. One is fraction. Okay, one is fraction, and one is what? One is integers. Fraction and integers. Fraction means the number which are divided in like x upon y. Okay, that is a part of rational number, and the other one is what? Integers. Integers can also be divided into two parts, as we have seen that in integers, how many types of integers are there? One is negative integers, one is positive integer, and the other one is 0. Okay, so if I am writing here that negative integers, then what is left? 0 and positive integers. So how we can show collectively 0 and positive integers? If we write here whole numbers, then it will show what? It will show 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on till infinity. Means we can say that collectively 0 and positive integers can be shown with the whole number. Okay, with the set of whole number. Now this whole number again, it can be divided into two parts. The first one is 0. Okay, and the second one is what? Natural numbers. Okay, so students, this is the flow chart of numbers, real numbers, imaginary number. Real number can be divided into two parts, rational number and irrational number. Okay, rational number can be divided into two parts, fraction and integers. Integers can be divided into two parts, negative integer and whole number. Whole number can be divided into two parts, one is 0 and the other one is natural number. So this is the flow chart by which we can show that how the numbers are classified. Okay, one more thing. If you want to show the numbers, the classification of numbers by Venn diagram, basically what is Venn diagram? Okay, this also you will study in class 11th, but see, when we show the numbers, the classification by a figure, okay, when we show the classification of numbers by a figure, so it can be shown like this. This rectangular shape will show that the whole numbers, means it is what? It is, suppose it is real numbers. All the numbers is shown with the figure real numbers. Okay. Now the one small circle I have made of natural number. Okay. If we include 0 in natural number, then what we will get? We will get a whole number. Okay. If we include 0 with natural number, अगर हम इस natural number के साथ 0 include कर देते हैं, then we will get the set of whole number. Okay. If we include the negative natural numbers, then we will get the set of integers. Okay. In integers, if we add the fraction, then we will get what? We will get rational number, which is shown by Q. Rational number is shown by Q. Real number is shown by R. Okay. And integers is shown by Z. Whole number is shown by capital W. And natural number is shown by N. Okay. And one set of irrational number is there, which is separated. Okay. So if by figure we want to show the classification of numbers, so we can show it like this, that this whole rectangle is showing the real numbers, means all the numbers. Okay. After that, this small circle is showing the set of natural number. After that, if we add 0, then we will get the set of whole number. If we add the negative natural numbers, then we will get the set of, each circle is showing the set. Okay. And what is there in the set? I have told you in the last class that in the natural number set, what kind of number is there? 1, 2, 3 and so on till infinity. So basically it is a collection, and collection is known as set. Okay. And each circle in the diagram is showing a collection, means each set. Okay. So just note it down in your fair copy, whatever it is written, that, and the heading you will write that classification of numbers. Okay. Just note it down. Pause the video and note it down. Now students, our next topic is representation of rational number on number line. Okay. Means suppose we have to show any rational number on the line. So how we can show that? Okay. On number line, we know very well that number line is what? A straight horizontal line. Okay. And in the mid of that line, 0 is there, and in the right hand side of the 0, all the positive numbers are there, and in the left hand side of the 0, all the negative numbers are there. Okay. And at equal distances, number are there, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And suppose here -1, -2, -3, -4 and so on. Okay. The numbers are like this. Suppose we have to represent, any question is there, this is an example question, we have to represent, the question is represent 2/3 and -4/3 on number line. Suppose this question is there, that we have to represent 2/3 and -4/3 on the number line. So how we can represent this 2 by 3 and minus 4 by 3 on number line? Students, for this, firstly you have to see the denominator. You have to see the denominator. Firstly, we'll see that both the numbers that you have to show on a number line, the denominators are equal or not. Okay, since the denominators are equal, so you can show that on one single number line. Otherwise, or what you can do, firstly we'll take the LCM, make the denominators equal, then you can show the numbers on one number line. Otherwise you have to show it on two numbers line. Okay, so see, here the denominators are equal, so it is 2 by 3 and it is minus 4 by 3. Denominators are equal, and what number is there in the denominator? 3. Okay, since 3 is in the denominator, so what you have to do, you have to make 3 equal slots between two numbers. Okay, you have to make 3 equal spaces in between two numbers. Like if we mark 2 points in between 0 to 1 or in between any of the number, then the gap is divided into 3 equal parts. Okay, like here also, if we mark 2 points, so the numbers 0 and minus 1, the gap between that is divided into 3 equal parts. Like this we have to do for all the numbers. Take the space in between all the numbers. I am going to mark 2 points so that the space is divided, the space in between two numbers is divided into 3 equal parts. Okay, if we are see one more figure, I am going to make it so that it should be clear to you. Okay, the gap is, maybe the figure is smaller so that you may, it is minus 1 and it is minus 2. Now see, okay, you can see the figure clearly. If it is 0 and we mark 2 points in between the numbers, okay, at equal distance, if we mark the in between two numbers, so it will be divided into 3 equal parts. Okay, everywhere we have to do it so that the gap is divided into 3 equal parts. Why we are dividing it into the 3 equal parts? Because 3 is in the denominator. Okay, now you can see the first point after the 0, the first marked point will be what? 1 upon 3. It is what? 1 upon 3. The second one is what? 2 upon 3. The third one is what? 3 upon 3. The fourth one is what? 4 upon 3. It is 5 upon 3. Okay, like this. And this is what? 6 upon 3. So you can see that this 3 and 3 will be cancelled out and it is giving what? 1. Okay, this 3 will divide this 6, so it is what? It is giving 2. You can see that if we are dividing it into 3 equal parts, so the numbers will be like this. Minus 1 by 3, minus 2 by 3, minus 3 by 3 will be what? Minus 1. Minus 4 by 3, minus 5 by 3, minus 6 by 3 will be what? Minus 2. Okay, now we have to show 2 by 3. So where is 2 by 3? 2 by 3 is here, na? So suppose this is point A, which represents 2 by 3, and this is point B. This is point B, which represents minus 4 by 3. Okay, so at last you have to write the answer that A represents, point A represents 2 by 3 and B represents minus 4 by 3. Okay, so like this you can show any rational number on the number line. Okay, just note it down. This is an example question. Note it down. Pause the video and note it down. Now students, one more question we'll see here. The question is what? Represent minus 3 by 5 and 4 by 5 on number line. So we have to show these two numbers, minus 3 by 5 and 4 by 5 on the number line. So this time you can see in the denominator 5 is there. So we have to divide each numbers, we have to divide the space between the numbers into 5 equal parts. So if we divide the space in between two numbers in 5 equal part, so how many marks we should mark here? 1, 2, 3 and 4. If we mark 4 point at equal distance, then the space between 0 to 1 will be divided into 5 equal parts, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, like this we have to do in between all the numbers. We have to mark 4 points so that the space between the two numbers will be divided into 5 equal parts. Okay, now we have to represent minus 3 by 5. So this point represent minus 1 by 5, this point represent minus 2 by 5, this point will represent minus 3 upon 5, this point. Okay, this point will be representing point minus 3 upon 5. Okay, this point will represent, and 4 by 5, so it is positive, so it will be in the right hand side of the 0. So it is 1 by 5, it is 2 by 5, it is 3 by 5, it is 4 by 5. So this point will show the number plus 4 by 5. So answer we can write here that A represents minus 3 by 5 and B represents plus 4 by 5. Okay, so like this students, we can show any of the rational number on the number line. Okay, so you can pause the video and note it down. Now coming to our next heading students. Next heading is what? Finding rational numbers between two rational numbers. Means, see, this type of question and the last one is also you have studied in your previous classes, but here also the question can be asked. Okay, so you have to study it well. Okay, now the topic is finding rational number between two rational numbers. Means, if two rational numbers are given and if it is said in the question that find 5 rational number in between these two numbers, or find 10 rational numbers, or find 100 rational numbers in between two numbers. So how we can find that? Okay, so that we are going to study, but before that you will write one note point. Okay, and what is the note point? The note point is that there are infinitely many rational numbers in between two rational numbers. Okay, what does it mean? It means that in between two rational numbers there can be infinitely many rational numbers. Okay, so if someone is saying that how many numbers are there in between two rational numbers, so you will simply say that there are infinitely many rational numbers in between two rational number. Okay, now we'll understand this topic, that how we can find the rational number in between any two rational numbers. See, if the question is, this is an example question, that find a rational number between 2 and 3. Okay, if it is given in the question that you have to find a rational number A rational number means you have to find one rational number between 2 and 3. Okay, so this is the question, and how you can solve it. See, there is a formula to find one rational number between two rational numbers. Like, the formula is what? The formula for finding a rational number between two rational numbers is x plus y upon 2. Means if one rational number is x, other rational number is y, if we find the mean of x and y, means if we find thus, firstly we have to sum that two numbers, and then if we divide it by 2, then we will get a rational number between that two numbers. Okay, here you can see that at the place of x in this question, you can say that the first number, which is x, is 2, and the other number, which is y, is 3. So what will be the rational number in between these two numbers? 2 plus 3 upon 2. It means what? It means 5 upon 2. So we can say that 5 upon 2 is a rational number in between these two numbers. Okay. One more question I am going to explain here. Okay. The other example question. Suppose if the question is find two rational numbers between, suppose 1 and 2. Okay, we have to find two rational numbers between 1 and 2. Then how we can do? By this method. By this method, the formula is what? X plus y upon 2. Okay, and we have to find two rational numbers in between 1 and 2. In between 1 and 2, we have to find two rational numbers. So how we can do it? We firstly will apply, suppose x is 1 and y is 2. Okay, then if we apply this formula, then what we will get? 1 plus 2 upon 2. So it will be what? It will be 3 by 2. Means in between 1 and 2 there is 3 by 2. So we got a value 3 by 2. Now how we will find the other number? Means we have to find one more number in between 1 and 2. Two numbers there is asked in this question. So one number we have found. How we can find the other number? So this time x we will take as 3 by 2 and y we will take as 2. Okay, and again we will apply this formula, that x plus y by 2. So 3 by 2 plus y means 2 upon 2. So it will be 3 plus 2 2s are 4 upon 2, and upon 2 it means 4. So 7 by 2. 7 by 2. Okay, 3. Sorry, it will be 7 by 4, 3 plus 4, 7, and 7 upon 4. So the other number in between 1 and 2 will be what? 7 upon 4. But students, this method, that applying this formula has a limitation. Means what limitation? Suppose it is asked in the question that find 10 rational number in between 2 and 3. So what you will do? You will apply this formula 10 times? No. Okay, so for that we will apply some other method. And what is that method? I am going to tell you. Firstly, you just pause the video and note it down. Now see students, another example question I have taken, that if the question is that find 5 rational numbers between 5 and 6, means two numbers are there, okay, 5 and 6, and we have to find in between 5 and 6 5 rational numbers. So how we can find 5 rational number in between 5 and 6? See, the method of applying formula x plus y by 2 is there, but applying that formula 5 times is not better. Okay, so we have to see some other method. See, there are a lot of method to find 5 numbers between 5 and 6, but what method I will prefer for you is what? write the numbers 5 as 5 upon 1 and 6 as 6 upon 1. Okay, you can see that the denominators are same. Okay, so if the denominators are equal, then it is okay. And now you can compare the numerator. Numerators are what? Numerators are 5 and 6. Okay, so in between 5 and 6, can you think 5 numbers directly? No, we cannot think 5 numbers directly. So we have to increase the gap between 5 and 6. And how we can increase the gap? Simply, if we multiply this 5 upon 1 to 10 by 10 and 6 upon 1 to 10 by 10, then what numbers we will get? We will get 50 upon 10 and we will get 60 upon 10. Now students, you can see still the denominators are same. Means 10 and 10. Okay, and the numerators are 50 and 60. So if the denominators are same, it means that we can compare the numerators directly. And if we compare the numerator directly, so can we find 5 numbers in between 50 and 60? Of course we can find 5 numbers in between 50 and 60. And what are the numbers? The numbers are 51 upon 10, 52 upon 10, and so on till where? 55 upon 10. We have to find only 5 numbers, na? So we will write like this, that 51 upon 10, 52 upon 10, 53 upon 10, 54 upon 10, and the last number will be what? 55 upon 10. Okay, why I have represented in this form, that 51 upon 10, 52 upon 10 and so on till 55 upon 10? Because suppose in the question it is asked, if it is asked that find 10 numbers, so how you will write all the 10 numbers? No, you will write like this, that the starting number and the ending number. Ending numbers means here it is said only for 5 rational numbers, so I have written 51 to 55, 5 rational numbers. Okay, so you can do this question simply in this way. Firstly, we will see the denominators are equal or not. If the denominators are equal, you can compare the numerator, and if there is a need of increasing the gap of the numerator, so you can multiply it as 10 and by 10 upon 10. Okay, see one more example question. If the question is that find 50 rational numbers, find 50 rational numbers between suppose the number is 1 by 2 and 3 by 2. Number is 1 by 2 and 3 by 2. We have to find 50 rational numbers, 50 rational numbers in between these two numbers. So how we will find? Firstly, we will write the numbers 1 by 2 and 3 by 2. Okay. Now we will see the denominators. Since the denominators are equal, 2 and 2. Okay. So we can compare the numerators as well. The numerators are 1 and 3. Okay. The numerators are 1 and 3. But in between 1 and 3, we cannot find 50 numbers directly. So what we have to do? We have to increase the gap. Okay, and how we can increase the gap? By multiplying it. Multiply it by 10 and 10. So 3 by 2 into 10 upon 10. Okay. By multiplying 10 upon 10, what you will get? You will get 10 upon 20 and 30 upon 20. 10 upon 20 and 30 upon 20. Now students, is it enough to find 50 rational numbers? See, 20, 20, the denominators are equal. numerators are 10 and 30. Can we find in between 10 and 30 50 rational numbers? No, we cannot find. So just multiply one more time. Multiply this 10 upon 10 one more time. 10 upon 10. Okay, we can increase the gap by multiplying 10 upon 10, ठीक है, according to our convenience. So it will be what? It will be 100 upon 200 and 300 upon 200. Now can you find 50 rational number between 100 and 300? Denominators are equal, numerators are 100 and 300. So can we find 50 rational numbers in between 100 and 300? Of course we can find. It starts from 101 upon 200, 102 upon 200, and so on, 150 upon 200. These are the 50 rational numbers between 1 by 2 and 3 by 2. Okay, so increasing the gap is in our hand. We can increase the gap according to the need of the question. Okay, so just pause the video and note it down, these two questions. One more example we will do. If the denominators are not equal, then how we will solve the question. Okay, firstly note it down. Pause the video and note it down. Now see that if the question is that we have to find 100 rational numbers between 1 by 2 and 2 by 3. So how we can find 100 rational numbers between 1 by 2, minus 1 by 2 and 2 by 3? See what we will do. Firstly we will write these two numbers. The numbers are minus 1 by 2 and 2 by 3. Okay, firstly what we will see? We will see the denominators. Denominators are this time not equal. Means in the first number the denominator is 2 and in the second number the denominator is 3. So what we will do? Firstly we will take the LCM of 2 and 3 and then we will make the denominators equal. So it is minus 1 by 2. To make the denominator as 6, what we have to do? We have to multiply it by 3. If we multiply 3 in the denominator, so we have to multiply 3 in the numerator also, so that it will be balanced. Okay, and here it is 2 by 3. To make the denominator as 6, what we have to do? We have to multiply it by 2. And if we have multiplied 2 in the denominator, we have to multiply in the numerator also. So it will be minus 3 upon 6 and 4 upon 6. Okay, minus 3 upon 6 and 4 upon 6. Now the denominators are equal. You can compare the numerator. Can you find 100 rational numbers between minus 3 and plus 4? No, we cannot find. Okay, so what we have to do? We have to increase the gap. And how we can increase the gap? Firstly multiply it by 10 and 10 upon 10. So the numbers will be what? Minus 30 upon 60 and 40 upon 60. Can you find 100 rational number between minus 30 and 40? No. Only how many numbers we can how many numbers are there in between minus 30 and 40? See, negative 30 numbers are there and positive 40 numbers are there. So only 70 numbers are there. So but we have to find the 100 rational numbers. So we will again increase the gap. Multiply 10 upon 10 one more time. So what it will be? It will be minus 300 upon 600, 400 upon 600. Okay, now how many numbers are there in between minus 300 and plus 400? Approx 700 numbers are there, and there is only need of 100 rational numbers. So you can find 100 rational numbers in between these two numbers. Okay, you can write like this also. Minus 300 upon 600 plus 400 upon 600 means somewhere there should be 1 upon 600, 2 upon 600. Okay, these kind of numbers will also be there, and you have to write only 100, so it will be 100 upon 600. Okay, you can write 100 numbers like this. ठीक है, or some other numbers also you can write. Someone can write that minus 299 upon 600, then minus 298 upon 600. Like this also you can write. Okay, that minus 199 upon 600. This can also be the answer, because in between these two numbers total 700 numbers are there, and only we have to show 100 rational numbers. So I have shown from 1 upon 600 to 100 upon 600. These 100 rational numbers in between these two numbers. Just pause the video and note it down. Now everyone is requested to keep your NCERT book with you. Okay, I am going to discuss the exercise 1.1. The first question of exercise 1.1 is what? Of NCERT. Is 0 a rational number? Can you write it in the form of P by Q, where P and Q are integers and Q is not equal to 0. So it is asked that whether 0 is rational number or not. I have told you in the previous video that yes, 0 is a rational number, because we can write 0 as 0 by 1, 0 by 2, 0 by 3 and so on. Okay, so 0 is what? 0 is a rational number. Okay, so what answer you will write? You will write yes, 0 is a rational number. We can write it into the form of P by Q. Okay, where P and Q are integers like this. Okay, so this answer you will write. So this was the first question, that yes, 0 is a rational number and we can represent it in the form of P by Q. Second question is find 6 rational numbers between 3 and 4. Okay, so we have to find 6 rational numbers between 3 and 4. Can we find it? Can we find 6 rational number between 3 and 4? Yes, we have done so many examples like that. Okay, so we can find 6 rational numbers. I just told you the examples on the basis of this. Third question is find 5 rational numbers between 3 by 5 and 4 by 5. So again you can see the denominators are same. Denominators are 5 and 5. Okay, so you can compare the numerators directly. Numerators are 3 and 4. So in between 3 and 4 we cannot find 5 rational numbers directly. For that we have to increase the gap, and for increasing the gap what we have to do? We have to multiply it by 10 upon 10. So one will be 30 upon 50, the other one will be 40 upon 50, and hence we can find the gap. Okay, so third question also you can do by yourself. Okay, we have done the examples on the basis of that. Fourth question, state whether the following statements are true or false. Give reason for your answer. The first part is every natural number is a whole number. Can we say that every natural number is whole number? Yes, because we have seen that in the set of natural numbers the numbers are started from 1 to infinity, and in the set of whole number the numbers are started from 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on till infinity. Means we can write like this, that 0 is there in the set of whole number, and natural numbers, all the natural numbers are in there in the set of whole number. So every natural number is a whole number. But if it is said that every whole number is a natural number, if it is written that every whole number is natural number, so this statement will be wrong. Why this statement will be wrong? Because 0 is a whole number which is not a natural number. Okay, so this statement is true. The question, in the question it is given, the first part of question number 4, that every natural number is whole number, this statement is true. And I am giving you the example that if the question is asked like this, then it will be false. Okay, it will be false, but the question is true. Okay, the first part which is given, that every natural number is a whole number, is true. And give reason for your answer. So you can write like this. Reason you can write like this. that in the set of natural numbers, all the numbers like this. In the set of whole numbers, the numbers are like this. So we can see that in the set of whole numbers, 0 and natural numbers, this type of number is there. Okay. Second part is what? Second part is every integer is a whole number. Every integer. Okay. In the set of integer, we have seen the numbers are like okay, we have seen that in the set of integers the numbers are like this. So can we say that all the numbers are whole number? No, it will be wrong, because in the set of integers negative numbers are also there. Okay, in the set of integers negative numbers are also there. So this statement will be what? False. This statement will be false. The second part will be what? False. Because, and what reason you will write? The reason you will write that in the set of integers, negative numbers are also there. In the set of integers, negative numbers are also there. Okay, this reason you will write for the second part. Okay, for the second part you will write that negative numbers are also there in the set of integers. Okay, so that is why we cannot say that every integer is a whole number. The third part is what? Third part is every rational number is a whole number. Can we say that every rational number is a whole number? Again you can see, students, again you can see that in rational numbers also some negative numbers are there. Okay, like minus 2 by 3 is what? Minus 2 by 3 is a rational number. But can it be a whole number? No, because negative numbers are also there. Okay, so here also the statement is false. In second one also the statement was false, and in the first one the statement was true. Okay, so second, and here we will write that negative rational numbers are also there which cannot be whole number. Okay, negative is also there, and suppose if positive is also there, like 2 by 3. So in the set of whole number only the numbers are like this, na? 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on till infinity. So this can also be the reason that in the set of rational number fractions are also there. Okay, so fractions are also there, so that cannot be a whole number. Both reason you can write. Okay, so students, this was the exercise 1.1, which was very short and very simple. So that exercise you will do in your NCERT copy, and in the next class we will start our next topic, that is irrational numbers. So I think this is enough for today. So thank you class, thank you everyone.